So we just got a huge update in the Ethan Klein versus Frogan, Denims, and Casey-tron lawsuit. Denims and Casey-tron have the same lawyer, and they just released their defense, or it was due like last Friday, and Ethan Klein just went over it on his podcast, and a YouTuber, Legal Mindset, also made a video about it. He's a real lawyer, so Legal Mindset's video is actually really good. It's probably 100 times more worth watching than this one, so I'll leave a link to that in the description, as well as a link to Ethan Klein's video that he made on it on his H3 podcast. Legal Mindset was actually so fucking dumbfounded by what we're about to go over that he said this.
For some of these defenses, I genuinely believe their lawyer may have been high. I'm not kidding. I don't know what the legality of marijuana is in the state in which they're practicing, but I do think that their lawyer could have been ingesting cannabis at that time. Now, I'm not saying it's negligent, but I'm saying it's very creative.
Yeah, whoever their lawyer is smoking that loud pack, my friends. This guy is off his fucking rocker, and you're about to see why. I'm gonna go over their affirmative defenses today. They're fucking terrible, by the way. Just stay tuned, because it gets really, really bad. The level of brain rot is unnerving, honestly. So the first affirmative defense that we have to go over is the failure to state a claim. Basically means that if everything Ethan Klein is saying about them is true, if what he's suing them for is true, it still doesn't matter because it's not a valid legal cause of action. That does not make any sense, however, given the fact that they explicitly stated their intent to break the law and then proceeded to do so on stream. You know, they broadcast it live. So he definitely stated a valid claim. You're dumb. Number two, the second affirmative defense is the fair use doctrine. This is where they claim that their reaction streams, where they sat there or didn't sit there,
what is that stench?
And let the video play in full falls under the fair use exception and therefore would not qualify as infringement. Once again, the kill shot to this is the public statements that all of these dipshits made where they said shit like, oh, you know, thanks for watching my stream and not giving any views to that terrible video, haha. Even though I know that the fair use exception law is very wishy-washy sometimes, to say the least, I still think the judge will probably roll his or her eyes at the sight of Frogan waddling to the bathroom to drop a landfill in the toilet while still letting the video play in its entirety. The third affirmative defense is the express license. This basically means that Ethan Klein can't claim copyright infringement if he gave Denims or Casey-tron a written or specific license to use the copyrighted content. So this pretty much means that he would have had to say in writing or say explicitly to them that yes, you can watch my content nuke on Hassan Piker on your streams and divert attention away from the video. I don't believe that Ethan Klein ever said that. I don't think he would have sued anybody if he explicitly told them you're allowed to watch my video on stream. Number four, the implied license. This is the same thing as the express license, except instead of it being explicit, now it is implied, like it says. No. The only thing that they're even going to try to argue, in my opinion, or the only thing I can predict that they'll try to argue, is this clip from the H3 podcast 2 years ago.
I am opening our IP to the world. This is a message with peace and love.
You can now make your own H3 podcast. That's right, everyone.
I guess you
could. What you mean?
That's not what I mean.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not what I mean. No.
Gotcha.
You can't make a fake H3 podcast, although you probably could actually, because I don't think anyone would mistake it.
I mean, if it's a parody, you can do whatever you want.
Anyone would mistake it. So our IP is open. I got inspired by Hassan. He has the Hassan Industrial Complex. So I want the Ethan Industrial Complex. I think it's a good idea. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
And it's actually crazy how like many people are seemingly making a decent living from having their own clips channels of him.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to cut up clips from the podcast, from our members live, from anything with me in it, go for it, man. Monetize it. I will not claim. I will not remove. I will not do anything. I mean, to be fair, it's basically been my policy. I don't claim or remove anything really at all.
But now you're making it explicit.
Yeah.
So the keynotes from this clip is he's giving his blessing to post clips from the podcast. Important vocabulary word for our little guppies, Casey, Denims, and Frogan. Clips. not entire videos, clips. He even makes it more explicit right after saying this.
The only time I'll remove something is like if it's just a wholesale re-uploading of like an episode. And we used to have that big problem when we were on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
If you're re-uploading just full VODs, then that you cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're cutting highlights, yes. If you're just re-uploading a video, that's stupid, obviously.
So no, I think with all the very extensive evidence that I just showed, no, he did not expressly or implicitly give you a license to steal his content. You're dead in the water, guys. Call it quits now. Number 5, unclean hands. This is kind of like the classic, oh, I was trying to sell drugs to this guy and he stole my drugs and didn't pay me. Officer, please arrest him. But I have to ask, what bad thing did Ethan Klein do that makes this lawsuit unwarranted? They try to go for the defense of him setting a trap that he knew they'd fall for. Once again, it just completely falls flat because he wasn't forcing you to watch his video. You stupidly chose to violate the 4 factors of fair use and admit to it and broadcast it on live stream. You guys are so buns at this law game. You guys just need to hang up your hats at this point. It's just so fucking over for you. It's over. Number 6, waiver. This basically means that Ethan Klein waived his rights to copywriting his content nuke on Hassan. What are you talking about? He registered it with the Library of Congress. He 100% did not waive his right to owning the copyright to his own content. What the fuck? At this point, I feel like they're just quaking in their boots, so their lawyer is just throwing shit at a wall and seeing what dingleberries might stick. Just get fucked. Number 7, estoppel. I think that's how you say it. It pretty much means the exact same thing as implied license. So once again, the clip from his podcast proves this wrong and a useless argument. He's not all of a sudden going back on his decision to allow people to clip his podcast and upload it. Instead, what he's doing is holding all of you accountable for breaking the law and trying to profit off of it. Put your thinking caps on, guys. Come on. Number 8, justification/excuse. This one is a mindfuck. I don't know what the fuck their lawyer was cooking up with this one. This one basically means that they admit to breaking the copyright laws, but argue that the circumstances justify their actions. What in the goddamn, what is the argument that your bank account was just feeling empty and sad, so you were forced to steal Ethan's content? There was no other choice. Bro, this is abnormal. Both Casey Tron and Denims raised $80K combined for legal costs. Did they just smoke the other 79,000 or something? This shit is fucking crazy. Number 9, consent. This one is just like the estoppel and implied license one. I don't know why they're going so hard on this. You were never given the right to steal his content. You and your lawyer are either injecting copium directly into your brain, or you're all just fucking stupid. I assume the lawyer would be competent at the very least, but I guess not. I don't understand why they keep harping on this one. It's crazy. Number 10, innocent infringement. This is kind of just like admitting you did it, but that you did it in a non-malicious or innocent way, and the reason you'd go for this defense is if you knew you'd lose, but you wanted to reduce the amount of damages a court could award. So if it wasn't already clear, I think it's pretty clear now that Denims and Casey Tron at least have made their peace with the fact that they are legally fucked. Now they're just hoping they don't have to give Ethan Klein too much money, because they know they're going to have to give up some. And also, how can it possibly be innocent when you publicly state shit like,
a lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Number 11, inequitable conduct. This might be the craziest one yet, and I'll just let legal mindset explain this one. It's better if I just let the actual lawyer go into this.
So there is a defense in patent law. Remember, this is copyright law. Copyright law is not patent law. Okay? So their lawyer is literally using an argument from patent law, saying that a patent applicant misrepresents or omits material information with the intent to deceive the Patent and Trademark Office. This is literally a non-existent argument, which is impossible, which only applies for patents, not copyright. This is the dumbest thing that I've seen in a while, where a lawyer is going to argue law from an area that we're not even talking about. And he does it multiple times. This is one time. He does it another time too. which is like, it blows my mind. Maybe he's trying to make a unique argument and saying, even though this exists in patent law, you judge, I want you in this case to make this up. But what doesn't make any sense is this usually only applies to the patent office. So what are you saying? They deceived the copyright office? I don't think so. And it's properly registered. So what proof do you have of that? That's what's funny there.
What the fuck is happening with this, man? Is this just a fucking joke? At this point, what do I even say? Number 12, no injury or damages. This one is pretty fucking stupid as well, seeing as they all explicitly stated their intention to not give Ethan's video any views, and views, of course, make money. So even if the people would have hated the video at the end of the day, they still would have given it a view and then given Ethan revenue. But they watched Caseytron or Denims or Frogan instead, so that's clearly a loss of revenue, henceforth a damage to Ethan Klein. There are injury or damages. Number 13, good faith. It's pretty clear what this one means. I won't go into it too much, but it's also pretty fucking clear how stupid it is, because they spent their whole streams bad-mouthing Ethan and celebrating the fact that they were robbing him of views and revenue. At one point, Denims even had this classic clip.
If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. Because I'm going to be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
Bro asked for subs too. How is any of that good faith, dude? Jesus Christ, it is looking so bad for them. And the thing is, you can like criticize Ethan. You can make arguments as to why you don't like him, why he might be, you know, like any kind of bad guy or whatever. That's perfectly fine. But that's not the problem here. The problem is you maliciously stole his content and then used it for a financial gain. After using it for financial gain, you then try to use it even more, asking for people to sub to you and drop a prime. Like, bro, you're so fucking bald. It's insane. Number 14, unjust enrichment. This one means that one party unfairly benefited at the expense of another without proper compensation. And this one is true if it was coming from Ethan's defense team, but it's not. It's coming from Denims and Caseytron's goofy-ass lawyer. This would be like stealing from a gas station and then trying to sue the gas station because you got arrested and they're benefiting from your arrest. It just does not seem real at all. Number 15, Laches or Laches, I don't know how the fuck to say it. This one is absolutely retarded. It basically means that Ethan Klein waited too long to sue. Bro, he started the court proceedings the day after they did their streams and uploaded their quote-unquote reactions. He just took the proper time to get everything together correctly and not jump the gun, to ensure that these people get what's rightfully coming to them for breaking the fucking law. To make this argument is to admit brain cancer, in my opinion.
Number 12, cock.
Number 16, failure to register copyright. Absolutely the most brain-blasting, retarded move of all. It is verifiable that Ethan Klein registered his Hassan Piker content nuke with the Library of Congress. There is no dimension where a judge looks at this and doesn't spit on the defendant and laugh them out of court and award Ethan Klein like fucking $800 million in damages. Number 17, lack of notice. Trying to make the claim that you had no idea and were unaware of a lawsuit that you've already answered to and been served. It is so goddamn stupid. There are no words in the English language that could possibly describe it, at least not ones that I'm allowed to say. Like, holy fucking shit, just accept your fate. Set up an auto pay for your bank that wires all incoming funds directly to Ethan Klein's bank account. It is over for you, buddy. You're owned. All in all, I can't say I'm surprised that these clowns are more than likely going to lose their lawsuits, but I will say their defense, if you can even call it that, is so brain dead that I don't even know how their lawyer is still practicing. But what can we expect from Caseytron and Denims? Frogan's defense is due in a few weeks, so if it's worth talking about, I'll probably make a video on that. But for now, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, drop a prime, and I guess I'll catch you guys later.